Yes, I can do drywall too. I had a brother that did drywall for a living. I used to work for him as a teenager, and he passed away a couple years ago during a pandemic. Like so many people, he died alone. He had throat cancer, and my other two brothers and my mother was able to go see him at hospice I think a day before he died. And I got to see him in the hospital when he first went in. But it's one of those things I'm thankful for, that I got the experience to work with him when I was a teenager, and just another skill that I'm able to learn. But this is sweat equity. This is what it's like. And I can't say it enough that when you're going to start a business, the best thing you can do is put in everything you've got to get it to where it needs to be, and put in as much sweat equity as you can so that you have the money that you need for other things. Another day in the books. A little sweaty, pain all over me. And the entire office and warehouse is painted. Painted it all by myself, 5,000 square feet. Got the offices painted. They're nice and bright white, as you can see now. I've changed the light bulbs and got everything painted, and boy, it is nice and bright in here. Tammy and I both love it when it's like nice and bright and happy, and looking forward to working in here. And it's been a long weekend, boy, I tell you. People look at things like this and say, well, why didn't you pay someone to do the camera almost fell over. People look at it and say, why didn't you pay someone to paint for you so you can do other things? What's your time worth? Well, I weigh those situations. And when you're starting a business, I would advise anyone to do that if you're capable of doing certain things yourself, to weigh whether or not it's beneficial for you to do them versus paying someone else to do them. And in our case, there are some things I could probably do that are probably more valuable than me painting the warehouse this weekend, except I probably spent maybe $1,000, maybe $1,200 in materials this weekend to paint and do it all by myself. And it probably would have cost several $1,000s to pay someone else to do it, especially down here in South Florida, if I could find someone right now, because all the contractors are booked up with hurricane recovery efforts. I mean, it's been 4 months, and I mean, it's going to take a couple of years for things for people to get rebuilt and restored and everything. So I was probably lucky to be able to buy supplies, but I'll tell you, I couldn't say enough about Home Depot and Lowe's and how much inventory they have kept throughout this entire ordeal. Even right after the storm, it seemed like they never ran out of generators and gas cans or anything anybody needed. So kudos to them on all of that and all the supplies, construction materials all the way around. They've done an incredible job at supplying everyone with what they need. And I'm just out here trying to live life and start a business. I'm not even going through whatever everyone else is. But it's those things are what I try to weigh and figure out how to do. And this allows me to be able to pay someone to move all that pallet racking and shelving and everything we bought last week. It allows us to invest more in inventory and products and other things to launch with and things like that. So when it comes to just evaluating what we do ourselves versus paying someone else to do for us, if it's something that we can do where we don't really have to, we're not required to have a licensed contractor to do it or something like that, I'm probably going to evaluate really hard whether or not we do that ourselves to save the money and be able to invest that money in other places. It's been a long weekend. Friday night, Friday I put in about 18 hours. I got up at like 7:30, Friday morning. Actually worked in the kitchen at home and installed a countertop and trimmed it out and some cabinets that we added to our kitchen there to have more storage, because Tammy does her baking stuff and everything. We have a lot of kitchen stuff that we downsized considerably from our home in Louisville, so had to add some stuff there. And then I came in here to the office and worked until 2 a.m. Friday night. Saturday had planned to do more, but didn't really get to do a whole lot because the drywall work that I did had not completely dried yet, so couldn't do certain things, but did other things instead. And then today I finished painting both warehouses, painted both bathrooms. I just looked at one bathroom and I realized I'm probably gonna have to put another coat of paint on it tomorrow. I was hoping not to have to do that because I have to clean this paint spray gun and everything. That was the purpose of trying to do it all today. But live and learn. I guess I'll have to do that tomorrow. But here, let me give you a quick look around since I painted. So nice bright white offices, and still got to change those lights. They're a little bit different color from these. I was a little short on bulbs, but here's the warehouse over here. We got rid of those lime green and black stripes and the green walls and everything. Everything's nice warehouse gray, battleship gray, or whatever you want to call that, and nice and clean looking now. So that warehouse is ready. And we come back over here, lots of cleanup to do. I am not a oh, there's one of the bathrooms. It's just painted, it's still wet. And over here's the other warehouse. There's the other bathroom, it's still wet as well. And here's the other warehouse that is completely repainted and is also gray and ready to go. So got a lot of cleanup to do. Like I said, I think I mentioned this a long time ago in one of my videos. I'm a results-oriented person. I took a personality profile test a long time ago, and it said that I was a results-oriented person. When I really thought about that, yeah, you see all the mess laying around? I throw stuff everywhere. I make a big mess when I'm working because I want to get things done and get it working and be finished. And then I'll go back and clean up later. So this is indicative of my type of work, is to leave a mess and then clean it up when I'm finished. So there's a quick update for you, and I'll be back in here tomorrow. And things are moving along. Fire inspections Tuesday, hopefully occupancy permit after that, and then we get to move in here and get to sit at a desk and actually do some work.